Welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us at Indigo Moon. Today's subject matter would be childish games. We sometimes will have sibling rivalry, people going against their own siblings because they want to win. But what do you gain in the end? You gain absolutely nothing. Competition sometimes could be a good thing. You play a game of chess. The other person doesn't win, but they learn a lesson while playing. That's good. But sometimes it gets to be something that starts in childhood and continues through or into adulthood. Okay, you'll have siblings, okay? And let's say the parents will buy jewelry. All right, the father will buy jewelry for both daughters. And one of the daughters is always upset, saying that you got the best jewelry. So you trade. They're still not happy because they feel like the father should not have given it to you in the first place. He should have given it to them. One example. Then it goes into, okay, who's going to get their masters first? And then they go ahead and get their masters. The other sibling doesn't even go to college, or maybe they just get their bachelor's. Still competition. Why the competition? We are supposed to be family. And as family, we want to see the next person get ahead. As family members, you are happy for that person that they have reached this point in perspective in their life. You want to be happy for a person, but this person is always angry, always bitter, always judging you and judging others around the two of you. But when they go to other people, they act as though it is you who has been the person who's been saying these very things that they've said. You don't realize it at first because you say, wow, something that you thought should have been looked at in childhood and grown into adulthood so that you didn't have to worry about these things, the person is still doing. The person joins up with let's say, another relative who has the same issues. The two of them hanging together become toxic. So what they do is they decide they're going to work against the person that the one person has been working against all those years. It becomes a sickness after a while because there's a competition that you didn't even realize was going on. Why do people act this way? You say it could be envy. You say it could be jealousy. These are the people that you must pray for. I know it sounds ridiculous, but you got to pray for them because when they do such heinous things, what happens is they might bump into a person who is not going to be so forgiving when they decide to be this way. Perhaps the person has friends, and the friends see them behaving this way towards you, but the friends don't think that same behavior can be turned on them. And then when it is, they might retaliate. We have to look at our thoughts as well as our words as well as our actions. This person could be, let's say they get married, okay? And they're constantly telling their husband that the person that they're upset with is jealous of them, but yet you're the one who has their name in your mouth consistently. So the husband starts, after a while, he has to see and add up and look at these dots and connect them and say, oh my goodness, it might just be my wife. And then perhaps the mother-in-law sees certain behaviors and she's worried about her son. So she tries to redirect her son in the nicest of ways, not saying anything against the wife, because when a husband leaves his home, leaves his mother, he's supposed to covet his wife. He's supposed to protect her, love her, cherish her. But when you have a household that is not going to be peaceful because the person isn't happy with themselves, you have to go within and say, okay, we need prayer, we need direction, and we need to really sit down and rethink this. Perhaps counseling would be a good plan of action. Either way, you have to really look at the behaviors even before you get married, because you never know. Sibling rivalry is like Cain and Abel. When you look at these two brothers, the way in which they fought against each other, or should I say one fought against the other. The other one wasn't, trying to work against his brother. He loved his brother. But yet the opposite brother seemed to have more mayhem going on. After a while, when a person is consistently fighting against you, you sometimes have to defend yourself. In fact, you do have to defend yourself in one way or another. We have to look at these behaviors, because when you have children who have these behaviors, you have to figure out a way in which you can mend this problem, because that problem that did not get taken care of in childhood turns into an adult problem. And that adult problem can turn into a societal problem, because that one person who is bitter within because they're not happy with themselves tend to look at everyone on the outside as the enemy. Be careful. Let us love our children. Let us cherish our children. Pray over our children and make decisions that are going to help them. If counseling is needed, don't. Absolutely not. Please do not ignore the signs. Love your children, love yourself, and reach out for help if needed. Thank you so much for joining us. Indigo Moon.